going on, everyone? This is Tyler with Crystal Beast TCG, and thank you for joining me today for another episode of Fight Night. Myself against my son. We are actually using a Battle Academy standard decks, which is the Armarouge deck and the Pikachu deck. So let's go ahead and get started with this, see how this whole thing plays out. So with this, we are all getting ourselves all set up, ready to go, drawing off our 7 cards to start us out. Go ahead and set up those active card, that first starting card. We've got our prize cards all set up. We'll go ahead and flip, and looks like it's a heads, and that is going to be my start. So I will start us off. We'll start the round up, and we'll flip over those first cards. Starting up for myself, I got Mareep against Fuecoco. So just getting myself all set up here, getting them right on out, getting that energy on Mareep. Getting actually Pikachu EX out. Got that Pikachu right in that first draw. So I want to see how I can get that thing set up, ready to go for the rest of the game. He immediately, on his turn, flips over and evolves to Crocolore. Picnicker allows him to draw 4 cards. And then he's going through that nest ball to pick out his basic Pokemon. The Pokemon he is actually going to pick here is Larvesta. He must have that Volcarona in his hand right now, which is why he's ready to put that Larvesta out there and get that started off. He uses Great Ball and actually finds his Armarouge EX, which I would admit is probably a little early for him to be grabbing that card, but you know, he's going to take what he wants to take out of this. Gets that energy added to the Crocolore, and he wants to evolve the Larvesta, but I have to remind him he just played it. He's got to wait to the next turn before he can evolve it. So from there, he's just going to attack me right now with Steady Fire Breathing, do 30 damage to my Mareep, and over to my turn. Now for myself, I'm going to evolve. I got Flaffy waiting to evolve. So we get Flaffy evolved in there. And then not really sure how I'm going to play this one out right now. I don't have much going in my hand, honestly. But let's go ahead and get that Great Ball and pull that next card up. And with that, I grab that Mareep. He's realizing that he thought he had 6 cards, he needed 7. He actually realized he only needs 6. I tell him, nope, it's only 6, dudes, never 7. So for my turn, now that I've got everything done with my side with my shuffle, I'm going to use a Headbutt and attack the Crocolore, dealing 20 damage. Now he can evolve that Volcarona to his turn, so time to get that Volcarona out there. But he's also going to make sure he's focusing on that Crocolore. He does know the Skeledirge is in there, and he really wants that Skeledirge to come out. So he's not absent-minded from that. He knows what he's trying to get. But he's still not entirely sure what to do next. But he's just going to go ahead and attack instead, taking out my Mareep, and me pulling in my Miraidon to see what I can do with it. Now I evolve that Mareep to Flaffy, put the Voltorb down as well. Use the youngster, get myself a fresh new hand here. Didn't have much going here, so want to make sure I get myself a fresh new hand. Is there anything I can do with this? Not so much. Do have some energies though. And I need to make sure I'm still keeping up attacks against that Crocolore, because I know the Skeledirge could be coming close behind it. So go ahead and put that energy on him. Let's see what I can get out of this Great Ball, and end up not getting much of anything out of that. With that, I'll go ahead and attack, dealing 30 damage using Electric Claws against Crocolore. Over to Adam now. Playing Nemona, grab those 3 cards. Looks like he's got a Jacq in there, and another Nemona and a Fire Energy. So that Jacq is going to come in handy next turn. That's when he'll be able to play that to be able, since he already used his supporter. He'll be able to use that next turn so that he can get that Skeledirge. So he's using this potion so his Skeledirge doesn't come in with a lot of damage to it. He wants to make sure that Skeledirge has enough HP left on it. So from there, he's going to go ahead and attack my Miraidon with Hyper Voice, dealing 70 damage. I'm over to my turn, going to evolve that Electrode, going to use my Nemona, get 3 cards. And with that, I'll go ahead and evolve since I got the Ampharos now. And I'm going to get that Ampharos ready to go for its Electric Ball. So Ampharos is definitely the cards that I like to play, the evolution line that I like to play in the Pikachu deck. It does definitely deal quite a bit of damage consistently whenever I'm playing with it. So definitely like using that card. I'll go ahead and try to heal my Miraidon a little bit just to allow it to last just a little bit longer. Though I realize that's probably not going to go so well next turn because I forgot about the Jacques and he's going to get that evolution right now. So either way, going to use the Electric Claws, deal 30 more damage to Crocolore, and it'll be off to his turn. So he's going to use Jacques, and guess what? Skeledirge! There is Skeledirge there for me to have to deal with. And he's also just going to grab Houndoom for the heck of it. He has that third energy, and he knows that this is not going to be good for me because that Skeledirge does a ton of damage. And with that, he is going to take out my Miraidon, claiming his second prize card, but also does 30 damage to himself. So he has to deal with that little bit. Now over to my Ampharos, pulling that up there. Going to drop down another Mareep, another Voltorb. Going to get that second energy on the Ampharos so that I can make sure I can deal 110 damage for Electric Ball, which will take out his Skeledirge, allowing me to get my first prize card there. He's realizing here he forgot that second prize card. So he's got to make sure he collects those. He does forget those at times after he beats my Pokemon, so he's got to make sure he collects those. Puts up the Volcarona, and then realizing he doesn't have any basic Pokemon out, so he's got to make sure he gets that his bench set up. So dropping the Houndour, dropping the Fuecoco. He's got that Houndoom in there, so got to watch out for that in case he decides to bring that up later on. Playing Nemona here, going to draw his 3 cards. Looks like another Houndour and 2 trainer cards. Using that Great Ball, what's he going to pull here? Charcadet. If you recall, he grabbed that Armarouge EX previously, and now he's got his Charcadets that he can evolve it. He wants to evolve it right now, though he cannot. He's got away. He keeps wanting to jump ahead, jump to that next thing, but he's got to wait to the next turn. So from here, he's trying to decide whether he should put on Volcarona or Charcadet. I kind of guide him to Volcarona because at least with that, he can maybe get up to the Heat Blast attack after he uses Flame Cloak, which allows him to actually get a basic energy from his discard pile attached to that Pokemon. So it can allow him to use his Heat Blast next turn, so long as I don't take it out. And I shouldn't be able to. So that's the move I directed him to do, which deals 30 damage to my Ampharos on top of that as well. Now I'll go ahead and use my Picnicker, flip that coin. If you've ever flipped those big coins, they can be hard to flip at times. Like sometimes it just doesn't flip at all. It just kind of flies away. It can be hard to flip. But with that, I got the heads. Able to draw 4 cards, attach one of those energy cards over to the Electrode. I do like Electrode's Lightning Ball. Rolling Tackle just isn't worth it. 3 energies for 90 damage versus 1 energy for 60 damage. Just not worth it. So I'll make sure I only add 1 to Electrode. I don't like to get to the 3. But gonna attack now with my Ampharos. Dealing 110 damage to Volcarona. And he's now going to evolve that Armarouge to that Armarouge EX. Now I gotta deal with Armarouge EX eventually. Very excited for that. I have not even built my Pikachu up at all. So now we're going to do EX versus EX, and I am now 1 energy behind when it comes to those Pokemon. deals another 30 damage to my Miraidon, or my Ampharos, I mean, and over to my turn. He takes that energy and adds it to his Volcarona, and now I'm going to start building up my Pikachu EX. Got to get that thing built up so that I can face off against the Armarouge when the time comes. So with this, I will use my Ampharos and take out the Volcarona. It would have been better for him, honestly, if he would have taken out my Ampharos instead of trying to build up the Armarouge. But, he's going to do what he's going to do. And with that, he knows his Armarouge is not ready to fight yet. So he's going to put the Houndour out and evolve it to Houndoom right away so that I can take more damage from my side while he continues to build up the Armarouge with the energies. So he's continuing to set up that bench, trying to decide which trainer to use here. He ends up going for Youngster, so he's going to shuffle this hand into his deck, draw out and get a fresh 5 new cards out of his deck. And with this, I am actually honestly realizing that there was a little cut there, but there was a little bit of time that went by, and we had forgotten that he just laid out that Houndour, and he also did just add the energy to Armarouge. Maybe to my detriment, we'll find out, but he's just going to let that Houndoom take the damage right now that I will be dealing out from Ampharos. But I got to build up that Pikachu. Pikachu EX is that thing that's most important right now to get set up. So with that, I'll go ahead and attack the Houndoom with my Ampharos. 110 damage with Electric Ball. For his side, plays that Great Ball, pulls out another Charcadet. Now he's got himself a nice full bench ready to go. Now right now it is a 4-4 game. It's a tie game right now with the prize card, so it's still anyone's game at this point. And we are both pretty close to being taken out on either side when it comes to our Pokemon. Obviously he has no energies on his Houndoom, but could still end up taking my Ampharos out. I add that extra energy to the Pikachu EX. Gonna go ahead and use my switch to pull my Ampharos back because I realize I'm kind of in a pinch right now. If I beat this Houndoom, he's gonna bring out his Armarouge and take out the next Pokemon. I need to make sure I continue to deal damage to his Armarouge properly. So I switch out for Electrode. I then take out his Houndoom, and I realize I kicked the camera there. Sorry about the little bit of the shakes, but checking the camera, make sure everything looks fine. Back to it, and he puts up his Armarouge, and his Armarouge actually is ready to attack me, so it's going to take out my Electrode. Takes it out with Armor Cannon, which deals 200 damage, and also requires him to discard an energy card, so making sure he remembers that. He's got to get rid of that extra energy card. Though, looking at it now, he's got 3 of them. Again, I think he may have accidentally added one on a previous turn, an extra one on a previous turn. Well, we'll find out how that continues to play out. If you're familiar with the game, you might be already seeing how this is going to play out. But go ahead and get my Ampharos back up there so I can do at least 110 damage to his Armarouge before it gets flipped over to my turn. We're still a tie game at 3-3 with prize cards. I use my electric generator to see if I can get any energy cards so I can attach them to my Pokemon. And I get none. No energies at all, unfortunately. I just have them in my hand at this time. So I'll go ahead and use my Youngster to get a fresh new hand, see if I can get anything at all to help me out over the next 2 turns. But unfortunately, not getting a terrible amount. So I'm going to go ahead and attack his Armarouge with my Ampharos, dealing 110 damage to him. Now he's going to use the Mona. Let's draw 3 cards, see what we can get. And of course he's got another energy, so he's going to keep piling in the energies on his Armarouge just so that he can continue to attack me and never be without energy. because that 200 damage does quite a bit to my Pokemon. So he's going to then attack my Ampharos, taking it out. Going to swap into my Pikachu EX. And I'm going to go ahead and continue to build up my Flaffy so that in case I get an Ampharos, another Ampharos, hopefully I can deal quite a bit of damage. Doing the Picnicker. Again, see, those coins are so hard to flip. Eventually get the heads, being able to draw 4 cards. Evolving the Electrode, Voltorb to Electrode, but don't have much going for me at the moment. So from here, I will use Pikachu. And then attack, which only does 120 damage to his Armarouge. So he's got 230 damage dealt to it at this time. Of course, I have to remind him, you gotta get rid of that energy. You attacked me. But now it is his turn, and he attacks my Pikachu EX to end the battle. I did not have much of a chance with that Armarouge EX out there. So it was a fun battle. He knows how to use this deck really well. He actually knows how to use both these decks really well, and he's doing really well with his decks. I'll have to show you all the next deck that he's built because I have the. I've been using his fighting deck. If you look at one of my previous videos, I walked through the whole fighting deck that he has built out, and he's actually built out a psychic deck now. It's not the greatest, but we did have a really long battle, and he eventually came out victorious with it. So I'll have to show you that psychic deck that he built out to counter against that fighting deck, so you can take a look at how he's doing. But that's his progress so far. It was a great battle for him. Took the victory on that one, and I appreciate you all joining in today for the battle. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and definitely check out my website at Crystal Beast TCG for any Pokemon cards that you may want. And I'll catch you all in the next one.